All right, this video is going to be more on men's personal grooming habits. Okay. Actually, the question came into existence when in my WhatsApp group, no, that is open for all. You can also join provided you follow the rules. I got this, I think he's 20 or 30-year-old, and he asked a question in relation to um, sweat patches, underarm sweat patches. And yeah, he was more like, what do I do? I've tried everything, powder, I've tried deos, I'm just not able to stop. I sweat too much. I know it sounds a little disgusting, but then again, you need a forum, you need kind of like, some kind of guidance, because end of the day, remember this much, if your mother and father don't guide you, okay, then obviously you'll ask your friends. But if nobody's there to guide you, then you'll go online. But then again, you want someone to, be like a father figure or a guide to tell you, see, this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. And I understand where they're coming from, because I myself had a mother and father who had just namesake mother and father. The mother was only focused on making money. The stepfather was an animal who should not have existed. He didn't know anything. He never had like a man-to-man conversation with me. Never. He never told me what to do. Like you will find this surprising, but my school days, I remember my, the facial hair. I remember playing with it like this. Seriously, I didn't know that you have to shave. Nobody was there to tell me. I didn't know that your underarm, the hair that was there, what to do with it. I I wasn't even aware that it used to smell, it used to stink. I'm being very honest with you, because there was nobody to guide me. And remember, those were the pre-internet days. There was no internet also. So how did I learn all this? Obviously by meeting other people, by talking. In fact, you'll be surprised to know I even asked females who I was dating. Some females were elder than me, what to do, whether I should have hair, shouldn't have hair, how should it be down there. Seriously, I even asked females what would they prefer, because end of the day, how would you learn or how would you know if someone doesn't tell you? So if you're one of those people who knows everything and who finds this silly, I don't think you should watch this video. But if you're someone who wants to, if not learn, but wants to hear a point of view, yeah, fine. But if you want to learn, I would say this is a great resource, because I'm not going to make fun of you, but rather I'm going to give you solutions. Because he said, so instead of just saying that Indians smell funny or they have sweat patches, how about giving solutions? So here I am in this video going to give you solutions. Now, if you have any specific question, you can comment down below. But I'll try to cover everything. But yeah, just avoid being a smart ass and saying, okay, what do I do with my ball sack? Okay, so let's start off. Just as you have five senses, no, for anyone, it's eyes first. Okay, first you see a person. So obviously, when you see a person, you judge the person by how they look. So the first thing which you need to keep in mind is, how do you look? Now, there are some people who are fat, some people who are skinny, some who are okay, average, handsome, some who are really ugly, some who are super ugly, some who are, they look decent enough, but they don't think they look good enough. So I can't I don't want to cover the mental or psychological aspects of how you look. But what is important is, irrespective how you look, you can always enhance your image. The first rule that I tell not only my clients, but also youngsters or my students is clean. Make sure that your skin that is there is clean. Okay. For that, you obviously have to have bath, you have to shower. But then again, if you're staying in a hot and humid country like India, even if you have a bath, within a few seconds, you start sweating. And there are many of you whose, I guess, your DNA structure or the way your body is, some of you tend to sweat a lot. And based on your diet, some people eat heavy in terms of oil, some people eat fried foods. So even the quality of food, nutrition that you eat, it will result in what comes out. Because what is coming out of your body is what was consumed. Okay. That is why they say when you have sex or before you have sex, if you were to smoke a cigarette and drink a couple of strong shots of coffee, bitter, and eat some garlic and onions, well, guess what your body would be smelling of? Okay. It would smell exactly like that. Like just try having a little garlic in your mouth and onions. I don't think you're going to be very kissable. On the other hand, if you were to just brush your teeth nicely with the nice toothpaste, okay, really well, with a strong mouthwash, clean your tongue, especially your tongue, that area you need to scrub it nicely with a toothbrush, then yes, it'll be nice. And if you're the type who has a lot of delicious fruits, water-rich, soluble, sweet fruits, well, you'll have that fruity kind of fragrance and smell. That doesn't mean you eat crap throughout, the whole day and just eat one pineapple and you think you'll smell fruity. Just remember, whatever you take into your body, the same stuff will come out. That is why if you have garlics and garlic, onion and all, strong, smelly, odorous stuff, when you go to the toilet and when you defecate, when the waste products come out, that gas, that smell, okay, it smells like, oof, terrible. That means that is what is in your body. And that smell, that odor also comes out during sex or during intimacy. Now, I'm not going to start giving you tips on sex in this video, but rather the first point which I stated is, how do you look? So if in case you know that it is your face sweats a lot, or you're oily, or you have pimples, you need to address these issues, because visually that is how you look when people look at you. So the first piece of advice I give people is, if you know that you sweat, your face, I'm talking first of the face, your face sweats a lot, or you have an oily face or pimple face, break it down. First one is, wash your face frequently and often. It can be as simple as just putting water and, just removing the sweat and dirt. But if you can, which I highly recommend, have a man bag, like a handbag, a man bag where you keep your toiletries. Keep in mind, I was staying in a place like Dubai where the temperatures go up to 50 degrees. It's so hot. You just need to step out for a few minutes and you'll sweat. Like it's like you went into fire. People who are foreigners and they come down to Dubai, literally some of them have to be hospitalized. It is that hot. Okay. There are even videos where they show you can fry an egg on the road. Steam is actually coming out from the road, the pavement. It is that hot. Okay. People have died. That is the kind of heat. And by the way, as to train for my triathlon and marathon days on the beach, wearing heavy sweater and all that at 50 degrees those days. Now I can't do it. Okay. On the beach, 1 to 3 hours. So if it is hot and it's humid, you will sweat. There will be oil. So what I suggest is, if you have a man bag with toiletries kept in that, and the toiletries can be toothpaste, can be mouthwash, can be facial wash, can be a towel, can be cologne, can be, you can keep a couple of things in that. And especially, wet towels, which you get, the cold ice wet towels. If that is not there, just have a simple towel in a plastic bag that you can take out, go to maybe a hotel, 5-star hotel, or any other place where there is a washroom, take cold water, put it in that, squeeze it, and just clean your face. Always helps. Remember, when you clean your face, at least the dirt, the oiliness, all that gets taken care of. And if you can wash your face with water, there's nothing like it. Okay. So the first part is about the oily face, the oily look. The second part is the pimples. For that, I highly recommend Neutrogena. They don't pay me anything, but Neutrogena has been the best product I've used. I don't know now. Now I don't get any pimples and all that, so I don't use Neutrogena much. You'll be very surprised now. I just use a normal soap. I know it dries the skin, but because I think I don't go out, you can see my skin. Like, there's hardly anything. Okay. Yes, and keep in mind your face. It tends to have hair in different places, and some people have okay a proper beard or a proper hair growing. Some people have a little bit hairier, uneven. It looks like I'm sorry to say, but it looks like pubic hair growing on your face. It looks stupid. So, and Indians have this tendency if they are bald, they don't do like a Jason Statham. They don't do a clean shave. They have hair here like a saint and no hair here, which you saw when I didn't shave. So it's very important for you to make sure that you go to a barber shop and at least get it trimmed properly. Get like they do with a blade, no? They just do the lining properly. Okay, so at least it looks proper. And if you have little bit hair here, little bit hair here, don't leave it like that. You look like a goat. Goat, a little hair here, then at least get it trimmed. Best is get it shaved. And if you do get shaved, invest in. You need not spend a fortune in buying a super expensive shaving cream or super expensive cologne. As long as it is good enough, even sometimes a Dettol shaving cream or Dettol soap. I've used soap when shaving, but the blade has to be of good quality. Be careful because the blade can really cut into your skin if you shave every day. The blade of my choice was the Chic Quattro. I used to use the Mac Gillette Mac 3. Then came Mac 4, I think. Mac 4 or Mac 4. Then I used, I think, Gillette Mac 5 or something. The Chic Quattro, there was a 5 blade, and once I used Chic, I never went back to Gillette. That's my preference. Right now, I'm using a 6 blade. I think a 6 blade with the aloe vera. It's slightly expensive, but I purchased it when there was a sale or something. I purchased enough to last me a lifetime. I think enough and more heads. So be careful when you're buying, because if you're like me, like you clean shave everything, which I don't do right now. I used to literally shave my face and my head, and the blades were so safe. If you see some of my videos, I actually have the blade and I scrub my skin with the blade. Be careful if you don't have experience. You can literally lose a piece of your skin or flesh. I've seen this. So be careful with the blade. Be very careful. I'm used to it. And always remember, before shaving for men, make sure that your skin is soft. The beard is soft with a good amount of lather. Give it time to get soft. Keep putting enough and more lather. Lather means the soap, the foam. Keep scrubbing, keep scrubbing. I sometimes used to pamper my face, especially with hot water. Keep scrubbing until you really feel the foam come in easily. You can use any you know any brand. Gillette is the most popular in terms of shaving creams and shaving products. So I would keep scrubbing till I felt the skin was soft, the beard is soft, and I would have these bubbles. Especially if you take hot water, then the foaming process helps. And yes, then shave properly. And I used to shave against the grain. See, there are ways to shave. You shave straight down, okay? Then when you move your hand up, you will really feel as if it's like a hedgehog, like like a rough carpet. So I used to shave the other way, which takes practice. Be careful. And I'll tell you, I used to feel like what they used to say, like a baby's bum. My girlfriends used to say. And I've had years of experience because I shave both my face and my head. And what I used to do is after the shave, I would use a cologne, a strong one. I liked that burning feeling that I used to literally feel as if the bacteria or whatever used to burn off. It used to give me the psychological belief, although that's not true, but it used to burn. I did not use any cream because if I would use cream for my skin, it would get pimples and become oily. Do check out, is your skin sensitive? Is your skin greasy? What kind of cream that you need to use if you're using cream? And you'll be surprised to know after I did shave and I did use the blade, after the skin dried off, I used to actually, seriously, not put anything for my face. And if I had to put something, I would just put a little bit of powder, dab a little bit, so it used to dry off. And the pimples would dry off in the same way. Be careful if you have plenty of pimples, because when you shave, you can cut deep into the pimples. So the first thing is about your face. Make sure that you wash it 2 or 3 times or more if required. Make sure that you take care of your face. For me, now I sit in my room, so I don't have to worry. But if I were to go out and I'm spending time outside, I do make an effort to have a towel. I have a nice little towel that I take in my bag and I clean my face. Okay. So the first one is face. The small little add-on that I'll give you is, remember, when you talk, your mouth starts to smell after some time, especially if you don't drink too much water and you sweat a lot. So make sure that you have mouth fresheners, you have, Listerine strips. You can even have a toothbrush and paste, which Filipinos, especially Filipina women, they tend to do. Especially after food, they will brush their teeth so that smell doesn't come out of the food. Indians normally don't do that. They will eat some curry or they will eat some garlic or onions and their mouth will smell of garlic and it's disgusting. And especially after you have food, make sure your tongue, because it has a coating of white, especially after you get up in the morning, it smells bad. Yeah. Oh, so make sure that when I brush my teeth, and do it slowly as to violently brush my teeth. So all my teeth are damaged. The enamel has been destroyed. Just do it slowly. Use a soft brush and brush multiple times if needed. My favorite used to be Sensodyne. Now it's switched over to Colgate. Sensodyne is the most expensive. It doesn't matter whether you're using cheap or expensive, as long as it's a good toothpaste. Even Vico Vajradanti is very popular. But make sure that you spend some time to have oral hygiene and a mouthwash, which is very good for a strong smell. And remember, don't forget your tongue, especially your tongue. There are some places where people have used charcoal and even the bark of a tree. If that works for you, I've tried that. It's not that I've not tried. And it does work. It makes your teeth white. But, practical purpose, every day, have a nice mouth. Listerine is too strong. But I like you will not get it in your part of the woods. I get here green tea, which is kind of like mild. The original Listerine is too strong for me, at least. Okay, so mouth and face. Ears, if you have hair in your ears, here I'm trying to find someone. See if anyone can, they have these videos where they wax it off or you can trim it. Nose hair, please. If you have a nose trimming device, or you can have I sometimes use this, tweezers. I do not like the nose hair coming out like this. Some of the people, I'm like, oh my goodness, like you'll see the nose hair just come out. I'm not saying shave it or something. Just have a nose trimmer so your hair doesn't at least come out. Especially the ears. As you grow older, you'll get hair from various parts of the ears, which for me, it was like, what the hell, man. I don't like hair on the ears. I don't like hair coming out of the nose. So there you have to take care of yourself. So I think I finished more of the face. And eyes, yes. If you don't sleep properly, you have very deep, dark eyes. Always, instead of putting cucumber and all that cooling of the eyes, have a proper sleep. That always helps. And if you drink alcohol and smoke cigarettes, that will destroy the pigmentation on your face and how you look, and it'll make you older faster. I don't smoke, I don't drink, so I don't have a problem there. So take care of your face, especially your skin. And if you have a beard or a mustache, go to the barber. There are some of you who can do it by yourself, but I recommend go to a barber. So he'll put the precise lines and he will trim it properly. It makes you look much better. Okay. So that's the face. Then obviously your body. Indian men have this thing about hair. They like to, if you see Akshay Kumar, Sunil Shetty, all those olden days, not now, they used to show the manly hair. Some countries, maybe hair is good, but nowadays, at least me personally, I don't like body hair. The reason being is, when you have hair, it retains not just the moisture, it retains the smell, especially if you sweat. And, when you don't have hair, it's very easy to clean yourself. When you have hair, the smell gets locked in. So I prefer not to have hair. And right from, I think, the age of 20, I've always trimmed my hair. I made videos about this. You don't have to have an expensive body trimmer. Um, I use, you'll be surprised, the dog hair trimmer. The blades are soft plastic, so it doesn't cut into your skin. I've spent almost sometimes 200, 300 US dollars on buying expensive blades. They cut into your skin sometimes. I've not tried Manscaped products, although they advertise a lot. But if you want to save money, just get a cheap plastic dog trimmer, a wired one or one with a battery. You can just trim your hair off. I recommend trimming the hair off, but you can keep it if you want. But remember, it retains a lot of the smell, and especially after you sweat and all that, it becomes very inconvenient. So I prefer trim, for men at least, trim off all your hair. Um, uh, Shaving your body hair is a no-no because then it becomes stronger, thicker. I prefer trimming. And also, when you shave, what happens is when the hair grows back, then you start getting pimples because it's going through the skin. Then comes the underarm question that this guy had put. The underarm is a place where the heat, you tend to sweat a lot. And if, especially Indian men, they have hair. I was watching this video by Prabhu Deva, who is an Indian actor. Those days was very famous in dancing. I saw one of his videos dance where he's, I think it's not too sure. I can't get the name. So he's wearing something sleeveless. And lo and behold, when he just lifted his arms, that carpet of underarm hair. There are people who consider this manly. There are people who keep it. I cannot bear it. I can't tolerate it. I think it's disgusting. Uh, Me personally, some people trim. I clean shave. I use razor blade, clean shave. I've been used to it. I've been doing it for many years. So I'm used to it. I don't know if your skin can handle it. If you can handle it, that's great. All you got to do is same way as you shave, soften the area with a lot of lather and use a blade that will not cut into your skin. I use the Quattro, the expensive blades. And by the way, these blades last a long time. And I forgot to tell you, I use Braun, that is the 9 series, which is the most expensive. You can use maybe slightly cheaper electric trimmer, face trimmer. I use it even for my head and hair. That saves me from going, having a wet shave. I use the dry one. Braun is without a doubt my favorite brand. I bought it when it was expensive during a sale. It has lasted me, and it's by far the best. Okay, so we are coming to the underarm. You can use a trimmer, but be careful because the skin is soft. See, you can see that it's clean shaven. Okay, and after I clean shave it, I dry it. This is what I do. You have underarm roll on, deo roll on. This is the actual process which may help you. I use a deo roll on first. Okay, there is the wet one and there is the dry one. The wet one is when you use it, it remains slightly wet. The ones which are dry, after you put it, it prevents the sweat. Now, there is a school of thought that says if it dries your skin, it's not good because it'll harm your skin. See what works for you. I don't mind a little bit of wetness. And after that, I use a deo, a really strong deo. Make sure that it's a smell that is pleasant, not overly like overpowering. Okay. Nivea is a good brand, although Nivea is also slightly strong, but Nivea is good. So after I put the deo roll on, if you tend to sweat a lot, you can use the one that dries and prevents sweat from coming. And then I use a strong deodorant near the skin until I feel like, oh, it's nearly cooled off. And then if you're still sweating and you still have a problem, this technique that I've used, I use powder and I dab it there. So it kind of becomes like a kind of a cement, uh, you know, where it absorbs. The powder actually becomes slightly solid. And then on top of that, I use um, like a white vest, like a banyan, they call it. I use it, it is up to your arm's length, okay, above the elbows. The only drawback to having something like that is that shirt, the white, that area especially will become brown over the period of time. And then you'll have to throw it and get rid of it, even if you don't use it much. But I would rather have you have a banyan like that than have a shirt where you're not only sweat patch, but you can see the yellow. It is disgusting, please. It is like showing a female showing her periods. Please don't have that. It is the most disgusting thing. Please do not have a shirt which shows the color of your sweat patch. Throw those shirts out, buy new ones. Don't buy ones which literally go right into your underarms. Give a little bit of breathing space. I used to buy shirts which used to be baggy. So my underarms, it wouldn't go inside. And I would have that banyan that would capture all the smell. Because when I did put the banyan inside, I would not only sometimes I would use like a deo roll on, just rub it with perfume and then powder. I used to actually use this because the heat was so strong outside. Remember, clean shaven body. And then on top of that, I would use a deo roll on here and then the deodorant. Then I would put perfume on. After the perfume, I would take the powder and just dab it all, you know. And then I would put the shirt on top. And then after the shirt, I would wear the formal shirt. So you see how much of effort that really went in. And despite all this, there'll always be a chance. It may be very hot outside. You will sweat. You will sweat. You can't help it. So then, if you're sweating a lot and you can't help it, obviously you can't keep changing. Yeah, you can change once, you can change twice. Maybe if you live nearby or you have an extra shirt. But then if you sweat like more than that, it's not practical. So there you'll have to figure out how to keep that shirt on. Like I told you, I have this t-shirt and it's always recommended take an extra shirt just in case. When I used to go for meetings and I knew that I would sweat in my car, I would have an extra 2-3 shirts which were folded and kept, or official shirts I would just keep, so that if in case I needed to change, I didn't have to worry about it. And like I told you, take your toiletries in your man bag. Then obviously the only other area that we have not touched upon is your private region. Okay. Now this can be slightly sensitive for some of you. Some of you may not be, will be, it's funny. No, it is a very important part of your body, your personality, because some of you, literally do not know how to take care of the private region. Remember this, that is the area that requires a lot of care because you are passing urine. Okay. There is waste product. And if your urine has a strong smell and you do not know how to, some of you don't even know how to pee and you do not know how to clean your manhood. This will be slightly difficult for some of you to even listen to, but it's important. See, when you pass urine through your manhood, that liquid, that urine has a strong smell. Okay. Because of the salts or whatever. So if you just piss and you don't wash it, I don't expect you to take a sausage and put it on the wash basin and wash it. But after you finish urinating, I normally, if I can avoid the standing urinals, if I can go into a toilet, sit down, urine, and then after that, I not only use water to wash that area, I take the tissue and I dry it. Okay. And then after that, I zip myself and then I go out. So I'm making sure that it is clean. But if you just finish peeing and you just put it back into your shorts, remember drops of urine will still be there, which will mix with which will wet your kind of trouser, or not your trouser, I mean your undergarments. And then as it dries, that smell comes out. Sometimes some people it's a very strong stench, especially if you eat more of Indian food, spicy food, onions, garlic. So I used to do that. I used to go And by the way, I have to keep that area completely clean shaven. I not only use a trimmer, I don't keep a bush over there. Make it clean with a trimmer, and then I use a razor. Okay. Once again, sheep pot rule. There are some people who do get waxed. I find that very painful. I'm not got waxed over there, but I do keep that region clean. And it's very, very important for you to wash that area very, very well. Because, and if you have any, like, for example, those who sweat, like I'll tell you, when I was in India, I used to wear these undergarments, which I used to walk a lot, and they got hard over the period of time because of the sweat, and it used to rip off my skin. And I was too ashamed to tell my mother. So, in between your ball sack and your leg, the space is like this. As you rub, walk, the skin can sometimes go, and this is due to a fungal infection, fungal bacterial, whatever. There are creams for that. Change your undergarments. There are the typical underwear that latches on to your skin. There are shorts, and there are even slightly loose boxer shorts. See which one works best for you. When I was a runner doing long distance running, especially half marathon, there are special undergarments which prevent that from happening, because if it is loose, then that cloth, if it absorbs the sweat, it will tear into your skin, which can be very painful and very uncomfortable. And then the infection, based on what it is, you can even have. Uh, I'll tell you, I've seen online, there are cases where they even have green pus and all that oozing out from that, because they were so afraid to go to a doctor. If you require, go to a doctor, speak to a pharmacist. Don't need to be shy about it. Okay, it's all about your health and hygiene. Um, so yeah, there are special uh, undergarments for sports athletes. There are tights, but the problem with tights is if it retains the sweat, it'll smell. So find out what kind of undergarments you need and change them often. Don't keep them for more than maybe 3 months or 6 months. Wash them properly. Um, and yeah, it's a very sensitive region. Just be careful of it. I would strongly suggest clean shaven or trim it off. The more hairy that area is, the more the smell will remain. And especially if you do not know how to clean yourself after every time you urinate, and you do it standing and just put it back, that smell will remain. It's unbearable. Okay, especially if you factor in your diet and other factors. So yeah, that's your private region, and the only last region that remains is your legs, your feet. Almost everyone I know neglects that area. It's recommended that you get I think it's called a pedicure. Yeah, get a pedicure once a while. Get that area massaged when you have a shower. Scrub. Put your foot on top of the others. Keep scrubbing. Sometimes sit down and scrub that area, and in between the fingers, clean. You will find a lot of dead skin coming out. Your nails have to be done properly there. And if you do have smell that comes due to bacteria, or your socks stink or your shoes stink, you might have to change your socks. You might have to buy a new pair of shoes. And your skin that secretes that sweat, because of which the fungus or bacteria, whatever, interact, that smell comes, treat it with powder. There is specific powder from um, powder, spray, or cream from the pharmacist. When I did develop in between smell of my feet, I took it very seriously. I bought the spray, made sure I put the powder, and then I put the socks. So it literally killed all the fungus and bacteria. And yes, if it smells, that means you need to take care. Apart from that, the only other thing I would recommend is get a manicure, pedicure. Treat your body as a temple. Um, Practice strong grooming skills. Whether it's maintaining your hair, go to a barber once in 15 days, get proper setting done, get a proper lining done. If you want to use gel, um, oil, be careful if you're using oil, because the oil runs all over. And there are different forms of gel that you can use. Don't overdo in terms of gel, because I used to overdo it. And if you overdo anything, especially men, you'll tend to lose hair, which is a part and parcel of growing old. Don't be too ashamed about it. And yeah, um, do plenty of research online. You can, from asking a pharmacist to even asking a doctor to going to a dermatologist, whatever. Just make sure that you take care of your body, you take care of your hygiene. And I hope it answered the question in terms of sweat, what you do. Because sweating is a natural part of the body to cool itself. Always take extra shirts. And when you have your man bag and the toiletries that you use, it'll always help. And yeah, another small tip before I do conclude is, chewing gum. Yeah. Especially after food, there's gum that kind of kills off the smell a little bit. It'll always help. So I hope this kind of give you insight into a couple of areas of grooming. Like I said, your body is your temple. Take care of it. Women really, although I wouldn't say for most of the Indian women, but women generally who are like Filipinas or the women I used to date, they used to always take care of themselves, from their teeth to their gums to their face to their skin to their perfume. And it's a hallmark of someone who respects themselves. Um, there is no excuse for having bad grooming habits. And please don't be lazy. Just because you're sweating, don't spray some perfume on top of your sweat. It's always good to have a good, nice hot shower. Whether it's a hot shower, because when it's hot, yeah, this the oil and the dirt dissolves. Okay, but if that is not there, normal water also can do. But remember, scrub your whole body. Take care of your body as if you literally are, cleaning something that is very dirty. And if you take care of your body in that way, I'll tell you, it will show. People will realize. Okay, and you'll respect yourself a lot more. Hope this answers your question. Most of them. If I missed out on anything, do comment down below. Um, don't try to act funny, which I know some of you can't resist. But like I said, I had nobody to guide me. You know, so that's why I understand why some of you are confused and you need guidance. So, good, bad, ugly, feel free, comment down below. I definitely read it. Hope this helps. This means signing off. You guys take care. All right. I just want to add one last thing. One last thing. If you take care of yourself properly, if you are well groomed, if you smell good, you look good, you present yourself well, it'll open up a lot of opportunities in terms of your personal growth, professional growth. People will respect you. Women will notice you. Guys will admire you. And, overall, you'll have that personal brand image that will scream that you are, someone who stands out. So don't take it for granted. Don't be smelly, stinky, dirty like the others. You create your own standards. And if you maintain a standard, others will not only notice, they will look up to you. And trust me, it will help you in your overall growth as a professional and as a person. Hope this helps. This is me signing off. You guys take care.